up, everybody? Bill Svoboda here at Starbucks. It is so nice in here. The air conditioning is going. Out there, 79 degrees. I think summer is officially here in Minnesota. Well, this week we're talking about something that's elementary for leadership, but something that's often overlooked, and that is the power of using a person's name. A person's name is really something that develops trust. It's something that helps you develop a relationship with them. Now think about it. If you met somebody every week over and over, but you all the time have to say, what was your name again? Or you say, hey dude, that right there seems so much more surfacey than something if you actually went up to somebody and said, hey Eric, how's it going? So, you might be saying to yourself, Bill, how do I remember people's names? There's so many people that I meet in a week. What do you do, Bill? I heard a story about this guy named Napoleon Bonaparte. Not Napoleon Dynamite, but Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon was a guy back in the day who covered most of Europe. He basically controlled it. He was a military guy. And I'm not a history buff, but here's how it goes. Whenever Napoleon went into a new area and he met somebody, what he would do is he would actually remember their name during the conversation. In his head, he'd say it over and over. Then, during the conversation, he would also try to repeat it if he could. Following the conversation, Napoleon would take a piece of paper and pen, or feather with ink, and he'd write down their name. And that way, he'd put it in his pocket, and he could go back to it later on. That night, Napoleon would take the piece of paper out, look at it, look at the name, and remember the conversation. And he'd say the name over and over and over again, until he connected the conversation with the name. Then he'd take the piece of paper, crumple it up, throw it away. I think this is so cool because Napoleon saw how important it was to remember somebody's name, and he made a system to do that. If we could look at the importance of a person's name, just like Napoleon did, and develop a system as leaders, just imagine how amazing our ministry could be. How will you remember people's names? It might mean you writing it in your cell phone, doing a little note to yourself. It might mean you writing on the bulletin every week. Pull the bulletin out of your Bible, write down somebody's name when you meet them. It might mean you just repeating it over and over in the conversation. There's a lot of ways it could happen, but what matters most is that you start doing it as a leader. Well, I'm going to be chilling here at Starbucks a little longer, but don't forget the power of using somebody's name in conversation. It could be the difference between them never attending your subgroup versus attending and growing in community. It's only the starting point. And from here, the potentials are endless. So we'll talk to you soon.